All right, guys, we are here for the second installment of the Coach Ollie Smith Show. Coach Smith, we're coming off another tough loss against a very good opponent last week. Just kind of talk to us about that Trussville team last week.
Very solid, very well coached, very disciplined team. You know, when they say Husky fast, our young kids, they got a taste of Husky fast. And the tempo really got to us and put us in a bind offensively because we couldn't slow them down defensively and put the offense in a tough situation. Yeah,
man. I was getting updates from the game and a couple of people that were texting me, they were talking about, man, he said they're fast. Their offense is just moving the ball fast, and it was causing some problems.
Oh yeah, Josh, he does a really good job on it. And the disappointing thing for us is that when you go through your off-season film breakdown, that was one of the things why we identified and we put a period in for spring ball and summer ball and all fall camp. And we called it a NASCAR period, and we work it about 5 to 10 minutes, 2 days a week. And I'll tell you what, it didn't help, but it makes you go back and look at what you're doing. But our kids, they understand that we know we got to execute.
Right. Now we kind of fast forwarded this week. Now these are the games that count. These are the games that determine postseason, and you start out at home, which is a good thing. Talk to us about this week's game and this Buckhorn team coming in.
Man, we are excited to get back home. We are excited to get on the turf. We're excited to try to put our team out there and show and make other people play our brand of football and us not trying to play their brand. Just control the clock. Be a physical defensive unit. And I know it's tough to say that after we've given up 100 plus in 2 games.
Yeah.
But we got a good group of kids that understand and working their tails off, got in here on Sunday and really went to work. And they've been doing it every day since.
Yeah, that's good. And one thing, again, kind of going back to last week, I still hear people talking about scheduling. Why did you schedule those games? And I'm like, look, these are the type of teams you're going to see in the playoffs. You may not necessarily see those teams in the regular season, but when you get deep into the playoffs, start getting into the 3rd and 4th round, these are the type of teams you're going to see. And what better way to do that than schedule that in the regular season?
I guess, I say to people that say, why? Well, why not?
Why not? Exactly.
And so the kids, when you look and schedule those teams, you're looking at your program and thinking, hey, our kids – this is something to look forward to. You got to compete at a very high level if you want to win at a high level.
Right.
We can go out and find winnable games or that you circle and check them off that, hey, I'm going to win that one, I'm going to win that one.
Right.
And we run through the table, and then you look back, and when you get into the meat of the season where you hadn't covered things and hadn't learned anything about yourself because you hadn't been really battle tested.
Exactly.
And you see a lot of teams go 10-0 or 9-1 throughout the regular season and go home early in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They made it 1 week longer than we did. So, we want to get battle tested, and our kids, we ain't not really beat up too bad. Got a lot of young injuries, but, we came out of it with most of our older guys healthy. And so our older guys, they, kind of got a little taste of the humble pie.
Yeah.
Not only did I get the lining kicked out of my britches, and I think a couple of them got theirs. And, we anxious to get back out on the field to show the type of football team that we can be.
Right. Despite the 2 losses, talk about some of the players that have stepped up early this season that's kind of getting it done on offense and defense for you.
Well, I'll tell you this. On defense, Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. He's not a junior. I'm sorry. Dre Jr., man, he has done an excellent job. Man, he's flying around the football field. He's trying to be a leader. He's a special teams and defense. He's doing a really, really good job for us. And on offense, man, Khalil Hughley is really trying to be a leader. He hadn't got going, but I'm excited where we headed, and I think that we'll enjoy watching Khalil lead our team down the stretch. And him and Dre, they're going to do a good job for us.
Yeah, and watching practice the last couple of weeks, and I'm kind of glad we're doing this on Wednesdays because it gives me an opportunity to kind of sit back and watch what's going on. And I've noticed just sitting back watching, I've noticed Khalil stepping up a little bit more. I'm seeing that same thing out of Dre. So and that's important to have somebody on both sides of the ball to kind of step up and take that leadership role on. Again, like I said, we're getting into region play. Everybody around the state starting region play this week. Just talk to us a little bit about some of the teams in your region and whatnot, because it's
well, obviously, we've played pretty much every team at some point in our region that's on there. Buckhorn, we played them. Fort Payne, we played them. Hazel Green, we've played them. Lee. Now, May Jemison, obviously, it'll be the first time we've ever played them, so we're not as familiar with those teams. But we've played them over the past. In high school football in the state of Alabama, hey, anything's possible on any given night. You got to strap it up and let's go play. You don't hear about a lot of those teams, but they have really good players. They have really good coaches, and so they do a good job of what they do. And so we got to understand that we got to go play. We can't look at it, hey, man, we're not playing in 7A anymore, that it's just going to be a cakewalk, man. We gotta strap it up and go to work. Obviously, you can tell the first two ball games, we got a lot of work to do ourselves.
Yeah, and that was I was going to ask you, have you, you answered my next question. I was going to ask you, how you kind of stress to the players that just because you're going down the class, things don't get easier, because 6A ball last year was tough.
Well,
we talked about it.
6A, sometimes you can look at that thing, man, and you may have some 6A, 5A, 4A schools, and even 3A schools that could, they could get up there and play with the big boys.
Yeah.
And from a number standpoint, like a lot of the smaller schools, the only reason why they probably couldn't, just because of depth, they would run out of gas maybe late. But man, you can't look at the thing from that standpoint. It's good football in the state of Alabama, man.
Yeah.
And so our state is very well respected. There's great coaches in the state, and there's great competition around the state. So our kids understand that. I've tried to stress that to our kids, our coaches, everyone that would listen, that we got to go and be ready to play.
Right. One thing I read last week, and I forgot to bring it up. I don't know if you saw this article, but it was an article on AL.com last week talking about the number of active players on NFL rosters that played high school ball in Alabama. And I don't know if you saw it, but Gadsden City had 3 players, and that's second in the state, right behind Oxford.
Yes.
For the most players. So that says a lot about your program. I don't know if you saw that, but hey, talk to us about that a little bit.
Obviously, I didn't see it. But, I didn't. I hadn't been reading the paper a lot. But that's not surprising. At one point, we had probably had 4 of them on active roster. Well, not on active, but either on the practice squad and two on practice at one point and 2 on active roster. So, we got some guys that really work their tail off. And I know Coach Avery was bringing it to my attention this time that I think that we've probably got like 10 guys that's actually playing college football this year. That's playing on teams this year. And I told him, I said, hey, that's awesome. We just got to make it equate to some W's here.
Hell yeah, it will. It will, man. You guys are doing a great job. I see the job that you guys are doing, and it's coming.
Oh man, we excited where we headed, man. And like I told our kids since Sunday, man, it's a long football season ahead of us.
Exactly.
Hey, it ain't where we start. It's where we finish.
Exactly.
And let's get better every single day. Don't worry about nothing else but the moment. Let's live in the moment, control what we control, and play and be the best us. Let's be the best us we can be every single day.
That's it. Well, Coach, I appreciate you sitting in with us for another episode. Good luck to you guys this Friday. I will be in attendance, at least for a half, I think. But I'll probably end up staying for the whole game, but I'll be here Friday.
Well, it's our youth night, and we hope that everyone bring out the youth teams and within our city limits, and let's have a good night, and let's all celebrate together.
That sounds good. All right. Thank you again, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right. Go Titans.